Welcome here to the second round of the ARC Super Formula Series. I am your commentator for tonight, my Savaloy. Unfortunately, my other commentator, Lateral, will not be here tonight. He is off to watch some Canadian Nationals. So you're going to be stuck with me, unfortunately, which means also as well, with all the positive comments about something new that was onto the channel, about the guided lap thing, which I was very thankful for. Unfortunately, we won't have a guided lap tour or a video of it, at least. Anyway, welcome to the two people that are just watching. Hope you're going to enjoy what should promise to be an entertaining race. I'm going to be doing 2 races as usual. The first race is going to be 26 laps. And the second race will be a 15-minute dash. This track just less than 2.9 miles. So we should be in to see some cracking racing, as we're seeing I'm Not Beckham, who currently sits second in the points. And let's see some other drivers that are so far practicing for this. We see ARC Matty. We didn't see this guy in Suzuka last week. That was because he was in Tier B, which was a bit of a surprise to me, considering how, you know, Matty has vastly improved. Also, as well, Chilled Nom Nom, who is not attending tonight, was also in Tier B last week. Current look then at your championship points leader coming into this race, PKMZ. Oh, sliding it. That's the Arabic drifting yet again. And he comes into this with 100% win ratio. He did the 2 races last week and got the 2 wins, so he's on a perfect score of 200 points. I'm just going to bring up the points table on my iPod here. So yes, PKMZ is leading with 200 points. Beckham is second with 178. Then third place is Dan's. There he is, currently in the pits with that Hellman's mayonnaise car. 4 people tuning in. Hello, 4 people. Sitting 4th place is Contrail, but he is not going to be racing tonight for personal reasons. And just want to say that for respect to him and also to Steak, because also Steak is not racing. Mermaid Bubble is 5th in the championship, 41 points back off PK. Then you've got Kevmeister, who is, there he is, still in the pit lane in that lovely looking Red Bull livery, is Genserino. We didn't see him in the first race. I think he was, because he was celebrating his birthday, I think it was last week, something like that, I can't remember. Who we're looking at next? Stick, we touched upon there that he's not going to be racing tonight. Tay the Day, there he is, Tay the Day in a different looking livery. This time it's the Williams from 2019, not the Minardi from 1997. So Lateral will be very disappointed, as that is Lateral's favourite livery, the Minardi from 97. Anyway, Tay the Day comes into this 8th, actually joint 7th in points with Steak. We're both on 141. And you've got Pim, who has said he's not very well. He's sitting 9th in the points. And then you've got Cro Magna, who is in 10th. And I think Larnatron, I don't think I've seen Larnatron racing. Law is racing. There he is, and that lovely. Hello, what's that guy doing? Get out the shot. He's photobombing. What is that guy doing? Move out the way. Anyway, there's Law. He's sitting joint 11th in points with Larnatron. We didn't see Law last week because he was in Tier B, because his qualifying was very slow. Oh, and now he goes. Well, it wasn't actually quite slow. I will actually mention about qualifying last week, because it was super, super close there. As Marvelous says, hey buddy, hi Marvelous, how you doing? I think Jen Serena was in the Toro Rosso. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, also one thing to mention too is the battle between Honda and Toyota. And at the moment, coming into this round, Honda is leading Toyota by 110 points. Honda's got 1,149 to Toyota's 1,039. Qualifying starts in 10 minutes, as what Dan has typed in the chat. So yeah, talking about the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya is now what it's called. There is a very interesting fact that you should know. Dan saying I'm going to call in and qualifying. I should better type that in there. I love how the keyboard doesn't pick up like within a couple of seconds after. Yellow flags are being showed there. Someone's slowing down. I think I'm not Beckham is stopped. There we go. Right, anyways, so in fact, let's actually talk about this racetrack. This track is, like I said, it's just less than 2.9 miles. And I don't know what I'm not Beckham is doing there. I don't want to get more pleasure watching him, whatever he's doing. As we're looking at Mermaid Bubble in the gold and silver. I think that's a Honda he's driving at, if I can remember. Yes, it is. It's a Honda. So yeah, this track is billiard table smooth. There's not a lot of bumps around this racetrack. However, the driver's prerogative for this race is looking after that left front tyre. That is going to be key from having a good finish to a bad finish. With the tyre wear being on time 16, you know, a lot of the drivers will be feeling a bit of wear if they're going to be racing on soft tyres for at least, well, as you can see there, Memory Bubble's on his third lap, and you can look at the tyres already. You know, that's probably like nearly 75% worn, 25% worn. Sorry, excuse me. So yeah, these are the drivers. The drivers have to watch out for the left front tyre. Especially going towards Renault, which is the third corner, which Memory Bubble is at Elf, the first chicane. This is the corner right here. Elf really was out that left front tyre. And then you're going to be braking down to third gear for Repsol. Again, be careful with that left front tyre. And then the last one is Sabadell, which is turn 12, which I know a couple of cars are at. Cro Magna having a bit of a spin. That's just on the exit of Campsa, turn 9. In fact, we'll keep going with Cro Magna so you can see Sabadell itself. So this is turn 11, sorry, turn 10, La Chrysler, and has another moment. This is turn 11, which he's not done that particularly well, Cro. Oh, looking at Mermaid Bubble again. This is Sabadell. This is the turn 12, the long right-hander. And then into Europe car. And then the RACC chicane, second gear. And then into New Holland, which is actually going into the pit lane. But we'll take an on-board lap with someone in qualifying. Anyway, a very interesting fact for people that want to know is we're going to look at Dan, who is the fastest in practice. which is, I actually copied this from a website, I can't remember what it was though, but if you're quite interested, here's what you should do. If you are a motorhead like myself and the other people that's in this community, if you're looking for a final resting spot, then there's a place that's just outside Barcelona that may be your ticket. It's the Circuit de Catalunya, which hosts to both MotoGP and Formula 1, and in some cases the ARC Super Formula Series. The track is now permitting human remains to be scattered across the course, while the circuit isn't allowing whole bodies, or even partial ones for that matter, to be buried. An initial fee of £1,370 will get your cremated remains distributed at some of your favourite towns. Just imagine having your ashes spreaded around there, like say Campsa, and then Lewis Hamilton goes off at that track. You could see Lewis Hamilton's on my granddad. Anyway, getting back. Before you sell your loved ones on the idea, make sure to tell them that there was also a £45 annual maintenance fee to ensure what's left of you stays off the racing service and in the gravel traps. Although spending eternity at a track may appeal to you, keep in mind you won't be watching any races. So that's quite interesting that they actually have ashes spreaded around this track. Leave a comment in the chat if you want to have your ashes spreaded around the Circuit de Barcelona. Synchronize this, Mermaid saying he is driving the cockpit view, fun fact. And somebody's saying, what's up everyone? Who's hacked on this account here? What's going on? Anyway, having a look at Pim. Pim said he's not well. And so far, he has set the fastest time, 1:27.347. Pim, who had a very tough debut in this series at Suzuka, he got battered left, right, and centre. Hoping, you know, he nearly got a ban after the first race, but the officials have told him you can race in this one, just be a little bit more cleaner, be a bit more safer, and you will be alright. It is fixed settings, no tuning at all, Hyperio 08. And qualifying should be starting in about 3 minutes. Oh god, Pim taking a lot of carbon at the RACC chicane, and he heads into the pit lane. Let's have a look at Law, because I actually like this livery that Law has got. It's pretty much like the 2000 Jaguar car, only that grey bit there should be white. But overall, it is a really nice looking car. Shame we didn't see it in the first race. Now, I did mention before about the qualifying for the first race. Qualifying was so close, because we had 17 people that were trying to qualify for to be on the stream. At least we had to have the top 10. That was the gap between pole to 10th last week was 0.6 of a second. 0.6 of a second. That was how unbelievably close that was there between first to 10th place. Just 0.6 of a second. In fact, the whole gap between first to 17th was 2.1 seconds. So again, still very close. Qualifying should be starting in 2 minutes. I think we should have just the one lobby. Let's actually have a look at Gentilino. There he is. We've not seen Gentilino on stream just yet. Here he is. So we've got 3 Red Bull liveries. Gentilino was driving one, Kevmeister and Beckham. You do have to excuse me a bit here, because while I was saying that Pim is not well, I'm also not well too. I'm not feeling particularly well, but I'm here and Pim's here, and we are both men, and you know, yeah. Anyway, looking at a close-up of Gentilino's car. No, he's put this car into the pit lane. A lot of discussion was actually talking about the tyre strategy here. It may be because people might not want to race on these soft tyres, considering how fast the tyre wear is, times 16. And and in particular Renault, Campsa, Sabadell, that will destroy that left front tyre. Maybe people might not opt to go for the soft compound tyres at all. People are possibly talking about having a free stop strategy for this race. Taylor Dave mentioned also that the fuel tank can last 12 laps around here, and this race is 26 laps long. So it's going to be interesting. Again, it's what I love about this series, and I mentioned it quite a lot in the first race. Strategy. What are the drivers' strategy for this race? I think oh, now the timer says times 15. I thought it was times 16. There you go. Case in point. Now I need to where's my book? I need the book here. I do apologise. I've been a little bit, you know, not well and in a bit of a hurry. Qualifying is underway. So who's going to be the first one out then? It's going to be Kevmeister, followed by Pim, followed by Matty, Crow, Magna, and all that as well. So let's actually ride on board with Kevmeister for a lap around this 2.892 mile track. So he's going in towards turn 4, which is Repsol, and he's taking it second gear. He is racing on the soft. Well, qualifying will be on softs. They'll take at least 2 laps before the drivers will have to pit and come in. A little bit mistake there. Now going in towards Worth. I'd say one of the worst corners here. Second gear. And then back onto the power before turn 9 camp. So it's a blind corner. Look for the curb for an exit for a reference. There he is. And then into 5th gear before breaking down into 2nd gear. About 50 miles an hour for Le Crisa. Set turn 10. Gently on the power. You don't want to get the car sideways. Turn 11. Turn 12. Sabadell. Kev back on the power, then breaking down to 2nd gear for Europe car, and then turns 14 and 15 the RACC chicane, and then this last turn New Holland, and then you're onto the long pit straight, which drivers will have to surrender their position if they picked up a penalty. This and the corner after the straightaway after Campsa. Also a good place for drivers to use their overtake button there. A little running wide a bit on the Mr. Apex did Kev at Elf. And now into Renault. A little quick dab on the accelerator. Does he brake just... Yeah, he brakes just before the bridge. Again, it's just looking after that left front. So important to look after that left front tyre. Try to be as quick as I can here to write the drivers' names down. Because usually Latimer will do something like this, but since he's not here, I'm going it alone, so... Bev, and then we've got Dan's here as Kev is around Sabadell. A little sliding towards Europe car, now into RACC. This is obviously not going to be a fast time here for Kev. He's made a few mistakes here and there, but hopefully he'll pick that up during the qualifying. And let's see what last lap time is. It's a 1:30. Matty goes just shy of a 10th there. I'm Not Beckham goes fastest, 1:28 to dead. Taylor Day goes second. Oh no, Dance now goes second with a 1:28.109, just a 10th over Beckham's fastest lap time. Bubble goes third. Cro-Magna's down to 7th. Ed Bev, we didn't see Ed Bev's car. Sorry, there's Ed Bev's car. This is we didn't see him also in the first race. Now, for anyone who's wondering what that livery is, that livery is from the, if you remember the A1 GP, you had like 24 cars, 24 drivers from 24 different countries. I can't remember, it was a driver for Ireland, I forget who it was. But that's what that livery is. So then looking at the top 10, it is Beckham from Dan's, from Bubble, Tater D, Law's up into 5th. Good effort from Law in that Jaguar, 1:29.103. Just a second off the pole position time. And you can see there, look, with the time 16, everyone's on the soft tyres. Look how worn that left front is compared to the others. It's like I says, their prerogative for this race is looking after that left front tyre. Oh, Law's had a spin through Lecracer. Just when I was writing his name down on the book, he makes a little mistake, gets the power back on. He should be alright. Genserino then. Ooh, bit of smoke there, locking up the tyres there. You don't want to be doing that. Bev, you got PK. PK's down in 11th place. What's going on here? 1:47. He must have had an off. Yeah, he's 19 seconds off the pace. So the championship leader not looking a bit too comfortable. He has been, you know, he has had a lot of practice around here. But so far he is struggling. He's changing again to put on, still on these soft tyres. Genserino's going to be changing tyres too, so let's see if there's any sort of improvement, which I highly doubt it, considering how worn the tyres already look. I think Beckham should be making a pit stop here. Qualified is 15 minutes long, and Matty there in 8th. Yeah, Beckham's sliding his way into the pits. And meanwhile, there's Dan's taking a lot of curb through the RACC. Matty's also in the pit lane, and as well as Dan. So, yeah, really, effectively, you've just got to have one lap, and it's got to be the perfect lap to do it. Missing a driver here. Hold on. 13 people here watching the race. Hello, hope you're all doing well, and hopefully you'll grab yourself some popcorn, because I think this race could be quite a thrilling encounter like it was at Suzuka last week. Looking at PKMZ, the championship leader. FBF there, his fellow countryman there, just coming out of the pits. Looks like the Irish boys are really struggling here. PK 19 seconds off the pace, while FBev is just over 3 seconds off pole position. Right, I finally got the drivers, so I can concentrate now on qualifying, as FBev just passes Dan's there. Dan's given him a lot of they got off the racing line. Right, let's see what's going on here then. I think Beckham is on his fastest lap here. Can he improve his 1:28 dead? No, he's not. He's slowing down a bit. Oh, that's when he was he came out of the pits, of course. So this will be his second flying lap. We've got 7 minutes to go. I should type that in, actually. There we go. So then Beckham comes across the line to start his second run. Kevmeister's popped into second. PK's gone to the pole. 1:27.719. I was just going to touch up there on Kevmeister being second fastest. He's now been dropped to third because PK has went from last to first. And yeah, this is what PK was on about in the Discord group chat there. He's been practicing. He was saying what times he can do and that. Got a little bit, drivers a bit worried. And he's faster again. He's nearly 1.5 tenths faster in the first sector. Possibly because of the fact he might be getting a draft off Mermaid Bubble, which means he'll be a lot more faster on the straightaways, like it's at the exit of Campsite, getting a little loose on the exit of Seat. Into Worth corner he goes, takes a lot of carbon, and then into the blind right-hander. That is Campser, turn 9. Let's see what his second sector is after that little mistake that he had on the exit of Seat. Let's see if it's cost him. Yes, it has. Half a second it has as well. Beckham has gone back up the... Sorry, we're looking at Beckham now. Don't know if he's purple or what, but we're going to have a look at him. This is now because the fuel is a lot less. They'll be a lot faster. Taylor D has gone 6th in his Williams. In fact, I think T's just actually nipped into the pit lane. So let's see what lap time this is for Beckham. He comes across the line and goes fastest, 1:27.483. Five minutes to go until the end of this qualifying session. Dans has propped his car into second. Just a 10.5 slower than Beckham's time. Piquet is in third, nearly a quarter of a second off Beckham's fastest time. Bubble has gone to fourth, 1:27.765. So Kev has now been dumped to fifth, just over 6 tenths slower than pole position. Taylor D, Law and Pim are both in the pits. Pim now changing back into those soft tyres. Cromac now in 9th. Then you've got Matty in 10th in that Tabasco. That livery kind of reminds me, don't want to get on the yellow curbs there. Don't want to get on those sausage curbs at La Chrysler. The car will spin around. It will upset the rear end. Jason Reno's making his pit stop to change tyres. Oh, Matty a little wide. Well, lost the apex at RACC, but pulls into the pit lane. Genserino currently 11th, 2.9 off pole, and in last place is Evbev, 3.5 seconds slower than Beckham's pole position time. But I'm sure he'll get faster. He's actually on his out lap. 14 people watching. Hello, 14 people. If there are 14 people watching, leave a comment on this section. Who do you think will win this race? The first race is 26 laps. With the different tyre compound ruling, you have to change to 2 different tyres. And the second race is a 15-minute dash. So comment in the chat section on YouTube. Who do you want to win this race? So then we're looking at Ebbev then, see if he can improve his 1:31.065. His fuel tank is exactly down to halfway. And we've got less than 3 minutes to go until the end of this qualifying. So effectively, Evbev can have this run and maybe one teensy bit more. He's 2 tenths faster as he goes through Repsol. He takes it second gear. He can take it third gear through that. And then down into Seat. Second gear, 65 miles an hour. Good entrance in. And then hard onto the power for Worth corner. Third gear, 85 miles an hour. Takes that well. That's Dan's. Not getting in the way of Evbev. And then into turn 9 Campson. Looking pretty good so far. This Evbev. This is definitely going to be better than his 1:31.065 at least. He's half a second quicker. It will still put him provisionally in last place, but he will be away from the 31s at least if he can keep Sabadell nice and tidy. Nido says, I'm betting PK will win. He's very consistent. That he is, especially in this series at least. And Dan's brother has joined. He wants Dan's to win, no surprise, a bit biased here. Anyway, Ed Bev across the line and goes 10th fastest, 1:29.4. Good solid lap time for Ed Bev. He's now less than 2 seconds off pole. Oh, bit of action going on here towards Repsol. Looking at PK, he's actually gone up to second place, 1:27.6. It's enough to put, he's only 2 thousandths though quicker than Dan's. I better put in the chat then, 1 minute to go. I don't know if PK will improve. Oh, that's a little wide through Campser. And of course, the fuel tank is getting lower the faster the cars will be. And whoever made another pit stop, someone is off at Camp Repsol, I believe. I don't know who that could be. In fact, actually, T has just gone by. So too has Jensen. Someone is off at Repsol, and I don't know who it is. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, it's Crow. It's Crow Magna who has gone off. Okay. 10 seconds to go into the end of qualifying. Beckham comes across the line and goes faster with a low 1:27.0. That is a solid lap time. And qualifying is finished. Oh, I can hear my voice. I have to turn my volume down. I do apologise. There we go. So, oh, and Dan's has just ticked pole. 1:26.908. He stole it on the line. Oh my goodness me. PK, he's not going to improve because his tyres are pretty much done. So he's not going to improve. Tater Day goes fourth with a 1:27.745. There is Law in the background. He goes seventh, 1:28.198. Solid effort from Law. And Tater Day trying to park his car away there. But yeah, what a... Oh, Beckham! Beckham... Oh, Beckham has got pole. No, sorry. Dan's has got pole. My apologies. Dan's has got the pole. Oh, my. I got away with myself there. I think it looks like everyone is... Who's that coming across the start-finish line? I don't know who that could be. I'm looking on the left. No, I think that's pretty much the last of it. Pim's saying, why can't I ever do what I do in practice? I don't know. I think it's just probably down to pressure. Because it's all right when you're racing with yourself, but when you're racing against other people, you're trying, aren't you? If you feel that you're slow, you try, and then when you try, you make mistakes here and there. It's exactly the same as darts, really. So then, as far as I know, your qualifying is as follows. Dan's is on pole, Beckham second, PK is third. PK is third, Mermaid Bubble will start fourth, Tater Day will be fifth, then Kevmeister sixth, Pim will start seventh. There's a lovely little car park right here. Stock check will be in 3 minutes. Eighth is... I think eighth should be Law, because Dan's is in the pit lane. We'll see the starting grid anyways, at the start of the race. So, as for now, I'm going to take a little break. You'll see the stock check, and we'll be back for the first race. See what drivers, the tyres that are going to choose for the first stint of the first race here at the circuit, the Barcelona, Catalunya. Just to let you know, this is a stock check. This is not the first race. This is just a stock check. This is just to see if there's any people that are stuck on the line. Looks like we have ourselves a new racer in here. DNA 93 is just joined us. I only just noticed looking at there. See the other chat there. Oh, CJ's back. CJ's alive. That's good to see. Hello, CJ. How are you doing? Clout Air, how are you doing? How come you're not racing tonight? Ronald Thomas is here. Marvelous is saying 2 on soft tyres there. I think 93 doesn't know what's really happening because he only just joined when qualifying is finished, so he'll probably get to know that the soft tyres is not the best option. I'm just curious to know what tyres Dance is going to go for here, because he's still on them soft tyres. Is he going to stick with the softs? It's going to be interesting. Anyways, qualifying will start qualifying, what am I saying? The racing will start very soon. CJ's why not get your work colleagues to watch this race? Because I think they'll be thoroughly entertained, I hope. So looking at these the tyre options that the drivers have gone for, everyone except for 93 and Dance that I see so far maybe, that have opted to race on the hard tyres. I think that's probably a wise choice. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I really don't know. I mean, what are they going to go on to? If it's 26 laps, I would say maybe hards, then mediums, and then mediums possibly. But I mean, there has been talks of having a free stop race, so that's going to be so interesting. Again, I love these strategy calls and how they play, how they'll play out. Like, definitely. So when we've got 1 minute to go until the start of this race. Again, comment below, who do you think who will win this race? It looks like Dance is going to be brave and stay on no soft tyres. Interesting. Of course, DNA 93 will have the fastest time because he's on the soft, whereas the others are on the hard tyres. 12 people that are watching right now. Cloudtail getting pumped, ready for round 3, which I hope he'll be joining. So I hope the 12 people that are watching, strap yourself in. Sit on the edge of your seat because I think this could be thoroughly exciting to watch. The final will begin in 5 seconds time and I will call out the starting grid for the first race at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. So this is how they will look. It will be Dan's that will start on the pole, from Beckham, from PK, from Bubble, Taylor Day, Kev, Pim, Law, Matty, Crow, Evbev, Genslido, and the new guy 93 in the field. 26 laps. It's going to be interesting how the strategy will come out here. Dan's and 93 are racing on the soft tyres. All the rest of them are on the hard tyre. Let's see how this 26 lap race will turn out to be. Here we go, the lights are off and away we go for the first of 2 races here. One of people are going to be using the overtake button. Dan's already used a teensy bit of it as they're approaching Elf for the first time. It is Dan's from Beckham, from PK, Bubble, Taylor Day is just there's your top 5. Pretty much single file through the rest of the field. That's because it is a rolling start, but it is still, well, Dan's will have an advantage over the guys second far on back. I want to see how 93 is coping right now. He's in 11th place. He's already gained 2 places. He's passed Gensadino and Evbev. Don't forget DNA 93 and Dans are on the soft compound tyres. And he's all over the back of Cro-Magnon then. That's a battle then for the 10th position. And 93 gets by Cro-Magnon going into Worth. Fairly clean so far. So 93 has gained 3 places so far on the start of this race. And already Dans has already built up just over a 2-second lead over Beckham. Don't forget the tyres. Dans is on the softs, Beckham's on the hard tyres. So obviously Dans is going to be the faster of the other races that are on the hard compound tyres as they're going through Europe car for the first time with Beckham. And then into the RACC chicane. Clipped the fair curve quite nicely, so too was the second one. And then onto the start-finish line. Looks like Pim's making a pit stop. Oh, that's because he had a penalty from the first race. Of course, he had to make a drive-through. My apologies for that. I completely forgot all about it. Anyway, meanwhile, back with our championship points leader, PKMZ, sitting in 3rd place. Bubble now is in 4th. Tater Day, looks like there's a battle for 5th. Tater Day, oh, Groves had a bit of a moment through Elf. Was there contact between him and 93? Let's take a replay of that. No, it was 93. Looks like he was attempting to pass on Matty. Let's see. Oh, Crow just got... Oh, he nearly kamikazed through Elf. That's what happened there. And he's down to 12th place as a result. But looking further out through the field, Tater Day is holding what is a 4-car train behind him. Kev Meister sitting solid in that 6th place. Law in his first showing in this stream, sitting solid in that 7th place. Behind him is ARC Matty. And then there's 93 again, recovering. Well, started 13th and last. He's up to 9th already. As they go through Leg Quaiser, this is turn 10, and then into turn 11. 93 all over the back of Matty. Now then, 93 just needs to show that bit of patience here, because this is one of the worst corners I see for me here, the RACC chicane. Now he just passes Matty around the outside in the middle of the RACC chicane there, so Matty must have had a little bit of a moment going into that chicane, and now 93 picks up 8th place as a result. Dans is already charging off. 6 seconds he has over Beckham. As to the fact he is on no soft tyres is what Rono has says there. It's a 3-second advantage, so Dan's trying to make the most of those soft tyres as he can, as he has set the fastest lap of this race so far, 1:28 dead, which is exactly the same qualifying time as what Beckham did before he got even faster, I may recall. Meanwhile, the battle for second, looks like Tater Day has freed himself from the battle. Kev's picked up a penalty. He's picked up a free temp penalty. He'll have to pick that up at the exit of Campsa. So that will mean that Law and 93 will take that as 6th place away from Kev, which he will serve his penalty right now. So Law was into 6th, and now 93 goes into 7th. Oh, Kev getting a little racy on the back of 93 there. But holds on well to it. Looking farther back there, Pim must have... sorry, that's Gensadino. Thought he made a bit of a mistake through Le Chrysler. But everyone seemingly to be clean so far. So your top 10 is Dan's. Nearly a 10-second lead now over Beckham. 3rd is still PK, Mermaid Bubble in 4th, Tater Day 5th, 6th is Law, 93 is now 7th, Kevmeister 8th, Matty 9th, and Gensadino completes the top 10. But he is getting a lot of pressure from Ebbev. Ebbev should be using that overtake button, which he actually hasn't. He's going to stick in behind Gensadino's Toro Rosso. So then, interesting to see that Dan's and 93 are on the soft tyres. I wonder what lap they will be pitting. They'll have to pit very early at least. And let's have a look at then Pim. He's sitting 7 seconds behind Crow Magnon. Remember, Crow and Pim had their bit of moments together last week at Suzuka. Hopefully things have sorted out between the two of them. But now PK 10 seconds now over Beckham, who is... Oh, and PK has picked up a 4-10 penalty, which he serves at the Sabadell corner. Usually I thought it was at the straightaways, so that's interesting to see. If he's picked up a penalty, he would have to give it up at the straightaways, but on PK there, that's something for the stewards to look at. He might get away with it. Looks like the drivers are content to stay where they are right now. Only the real battle for me looks like it might be for a 6th place between Tay and Law and 93. Although looking farther back, Gensolino, Evbev and Crow Magna and Pim's just come across the line. Yeah, really, effectively the battle that's close enough is for 6th place between Law in the Jaguar looking livery and 93. Oh, Law's picked up a penalty. He's picked up a 4-10 penalty. I wonder if he shortcutted at Elf. I don't know. But he has to serve that penalty on this lap. Kev has a big moment on the exit of Seat. Held on very well to it. And now it looks like 93 is going to take that 6th place away from Law, because Law will have to serve his penalty here. When exit the campsite, moves out of the way and lets 93 go by. So now he is into 6th place. Started 13th, up to 6th for 93. Having a good showing here for this debutant. Looking then at PK. Hasn't touched a bit of his overtakes just yet. Doesn't need to necessarily. 6 laps into this race. And the gap sort of closing down, nearly down to less than a second. Once you're in within that second gap, you are in that slipstream. If you want to use the overtake button, it will gain you an extra 5 miles an hour too in the process. Beckham has now stretched the gap now to 1.2 seconds over PK. Bubble holding on in 4th, but he's got nearly a 3-second advantage over Taylor Day, who has stopped. What's happened here? Oh, has my game crashed? I think the game has just crashed. Well, this is a first, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pushing the buttons and it's stopped. I think my game's crashed. I just hope it's the actual connection. I hope it's not the same for everyone else. Well, that's thoroughly disappointing. I don't know what to do here. Someone from the council, let us know what's happened. Is Dan's one working? Is what? What's happened? So according to what the chat is saying, or what CG's saying, it's the game that's crashed. Oh, what's going to happen now? Hold on, bear with us.